Alright, let's hop right into it. Ugh, gotta scoot in a little bit there. I think I just Scald here. There's nothing I'm really super concerned about switching into a Scald. If he goes Azu, we have the burn chance. If he goes Mana Buzz, we set up the Keldeo. That's probably not game, but he'll have to sacrifice a Pokemon to get rid of our sub now. Unless he has Brave Bird. Foul play, that's not going to do it. If I sub again... So this is an opportunity to force our opponent into a mistake. So he has to break our sub Darmanitan, Weavile, and Gengar. I'm expecting Weavile to be the one that tries to break the sub. So if we Calm Mind a couple of times, if he tries to use Gengar to break the sub, I think we can just sub again if we're at +2. Maybe not. 25 is a pretty low number for it to have to hit. Yeah, I think we just kill the Mana Buzz here and see what our opponent wants to go for. Start that. Aqua Jet does take down the sub, but it seems like an odd use of Azu. Okay, sure, so it's leftovers Azumarill, so they hoped to Aqua Jet that down and then maybe get a play rough off, but it doesn't look like that will be the case. So we're up 2 Pokemon for no investment, basically, so looking real nice right now. I don't think Gengar kills, so if they go Gengar, I will stay in. If they go Darmanitan, I'll probably still stay in just because at this point it doesn't really matter. Although I've lost a number of games after saying that, so unclear. Yeah, Gengar I'll stay in on. I don't think Gengar, if it's Specs Gengar, maybe. But yeah. So they take out the Scald, no worries. Either one of their Pokemon can finish off Keldeo now, but should not matter anymore. Somewhat unhappily, I think that Hydro Pump is our best option for closing the game out. So if it hits, it's great. Alright, nice. And now he Swords Dances 10 times, and we miss 10 times. And life is great. Actually, Victini was probably faster, but whatever. It's all good. Yeah, I'm not running music in the background this time. You guys might have noticed. I don't know how loud the music volume is normally. But I got curious. Like, it had been a long time since I'd done a stream without music, so I kind of wondered how that would go over, how would it affect me, how would it affect you. If stream is horrible now that the music is gone, let me know, and I will continue to torture you guys with it, but, you know, slightly more apologetically. TC donating 2K into the Evolution Stream Challenge. That is a challenge that I just started. Started today, it ends in 3 weeks. And the target is 100,000 channel points. I am probably going to start overlaying stream challenges, so I'm going to have, like, Return of the Kingler 2 might come back one day. Let's sub on this. This is a screen setter. Return of the Kingler 2 might come back, and I'll probably overlay that over the Evolution stream so that it'll be like we'll just have them all running concurrently. Psychic, stop that. I kind of expect just screens now, but in case they don't set Reflect, going Victini is a lot of pressure for them, which I like. U-turn. U-turn Uxie, interesting. Definitely not what I expected to see here. I think it is Rocky Helmet, but I don't know. It's been a while since I played this. I think we can just go Rotom and click Wisp here. Knock off, sure. We did hit the Wisp, which is very exciting. I kind of wonder if I shouldn't Wisp again. I'll Volt. I need to believe my own reads, man. How's the Volcanion hunt going? Still Volcanion-less, but I can't complain. My luck has been pretty good so far. Alright, what is not that useful here? Keldeo feels like it's not that useful. I guess Azumarill's already burned, so maybe. It's like Latios is good against it. This is like Mono Psychic. The Gengar is very useful, so I don't want to trade it off here. Let's go Keldeo. Kind of wish I was Specs Keld here. There's nothing to really set up on. But that is kind of the price you pay when you play Substitute Keldeo, is there's times where, you know, you'd love to be Specs. It does take a full move. You have to sacrifice tempo to get to the same level of power you could get by just playing Choice Specs. Yeah, but Volcanion Hunt's been okay. I got a Timid Volcarona finally. I finally got a self-caught one. What else have I done? I got 2 Adamant Charmanders somehow. While Timid sinking, I got 2 Adamant Charmanders. So, weird. I think let's just V-Create. Man, Uxie is a fat Pokemon. Foul play. I do not like that. Well, that puts the Victini at dead to rocks. So we'll get a hit on something like the Azu. Okay, we finish off the Uxie. That's not terrible then. Well, I mean, I also how many ERs have I gotten? In this event, I've been fairly lucky this event. Well, I can't add them all up by hand, but I've probably gotten like 20 ERs or something this event, and I think like 2 or 3 of them have synced, so like it's not the most exciting rate. But getting that many ERs in the first place is quite nice. Alright. I think let's try setting up Cal. Actually, I mean, so he's locked into knockoff, right? So we can sub pretty safely on a burnt Azu clicking knockoff with Keldeo, but he can just go Latios, and then we get to hit it once, and it's just not very exciting. You got a 4% 31 speed Litwick, though. I'm so jealous. I've wanted that for forever. I really, really need one of those. That's the thing I really want from this event. Like, I would like, you know, I don't know, shiny Charmander or a Volcanion or a whatever. You know, I'd like any of those things. But Timid, 31 speed Litwick is what I'm here for. Goes Porygon 2. I'm scared to go Pharaoh. I feel like it's going to have a fire move. It clicked Ice Beam on my Gengar. What? Well, that's quite bad for us. Cresselia. I'm gonna go Pharaoh here, and then hopefully, like, I'm hoping they click Psychic here. I want to double into Gengar. No, they just go for Calm Mind. Well, that is not ideal. I don't have knockoff. Crest is not Magic Guard, right? It's, what is it, Levitate? Sure. I guess I Leech Seed this. They clicked Psychic on it. That's confusing. Other IV's pretty garbo, though. Just have T-Bolt beam coverage. RIP. Okay, they went Pori 2 into my Pharaoh though. I'm gonna scout this here. Goes Pori 2 for Ice Beam. Odd. Are they just fishing for a freeze? Is that the play? This is a matchup I'm okay with here. I'm okay with trading most of the HP on the Keldeo to take down the Garchomp. Also don't mind fishing for a burn if he goes Cress. 63, we don't do enough. I'm kind of tempted to Calm Mind here. Let's do it. I think he just recovers. I think this is probably actually winnable if I just go Pharaoh there still. Energy Ball. Well, he got the Spadaf drop, so that's pretty bad for us, but I think this does kill now. So he should have to go Latios here. Alright, Crest down. I felt a little behind after losing the Diggersby. I still feel like I'm a little bit behind, depending on the Latios' set, I think. The Garchomp and the Latios both pretty scary in the back there. If the Lati has HP Fire, I think we are pretty close to toast. The Spadaf drop also really annoying here, because now if it's HP Fire, I almost certainly die to it. But I don't think I can play around that. And plus, if he's not HP Fire, maybe the -1 Spadaf does bait our opponent into trying to stay in and trade damage with the Pharaoh. It was Pori 2. I guess he wants to take advantage of the Spadaf drop that way. I'm going to protect here, just get a little bit of health back. Yep, he's just going to fish for a freeze, which is not unreasonable. He is losing HP. Never mind. I suppose he is not losing HP. I'm hoping to catch a Pori 2 switch here to get some free damage with the Keldeo, but if he does stay in with Garchomp, we're at least leech seated here, so it's not the end of the world. Yeah, Swords Dance is a pain, but this does mean that the Gengar should finish off the Chomp. And maybe we get a burn, who knows. We can always believe. No burn. Tragedy. Alright, so now I'm actually going to calc this. Gengar Choice Specs versus Garchomp. Sludge Wave does 36 to 43. I think I'm going to click Sludge Wave here. That 10%, that's actually pretty big. So now if the Pori 2 dies, Shadow Ball should win. So I'm going to swap into Pharaoh. Unless he goes back into Chomp. If he goes back into Chomp, I will go for the kill. If he goes Latios, depending on the HP, I'll calc it to see if I can save myself some time. Latios. Actually, if this is Scarf, that would be a silly way to lose. Oh no, it's Life Orb. We probably already knew it was Life Orb too. Huh. So if he's sub-Chomp, now how do we win? Okay. Well, catching him on the switch there is a pretty good way to win that one. I guess he was weak enough that we probably just win with Gyro Ball anyway. Alright, so we don't get to test the Latios' speed here, unfortunately. I would like to know that, but... Testing it, of course, because Latios and Gengar are the same base speed, so if we had a Latios versus Gengar matchup, we could figure that one out. And win. Real quick. Nope, I don't want to sort my inventory. Don't know what happened there. I am restarting the game. Classic PPO. If anything's gone, okay. That's pretty close to exactly how the Victini disappeared from my account, so it's a little scary when something like that happens. Everything's EXP shared now. I think it's probably fine. Yeah. Oh man. Shiny Hydreigon mount. That mount looks pretty cool. I'm not normally a fan of that like color green, I guess, on a mount, but the Hydreigon one looks kind of cool. It looks kind of like a poison dragon of some kind. Good luck. Thank you, Rother. Welcome, welcome. Here we go. Alright. Not in love with this as a lead matchup. We could go Pharaoh here. I'm going to go Rotom because Pharaoh's not caught up by Fire Punch, which Jirachis do sometimes pack. Yeah, just a U-turn. U-turn means... sorry, I got a text there. U-turn means we could have subbed pretty safely, but this is not the worst thing. I actually don't mind trading pumps here. Good luck, good luck. Thank you, Eraser. I think pump is a kill here, so I kind of expect him to go Ferrothorn, but no, he stays in. Yeah, so the Conk and knocking, it's kind of just incidental value that we get by playing a Ghost on our team. Like, having this Gengar on the team forces opponents to consider clicking knockoff instead of Drain Punch, and click it in situations where, you know, given that we stayed in, it's not as good for them. I'm going to Wisp here. Okay, it's Life Orb. I was pretty sure we lived regular Claw, though I might be wrong about that as well. It's been a while since I've played this particular mirror, although I played a lot of it way back when, so I should know. Keldeo seems really good here. Gengar seems marginal here. It's good against Zapdos, it's not good against Gengar, it's good against Garchomp. We have Diggersby, so I think I'm going to stay in here. I think I'm going to go this because I'm not as worried about the Zapdos as I otherwise would be. We did 60 there, so even after a Protect, we should kill. Even if we high roll, low roll it, I think this should be a kill. If he double protects, then it's a roll, I believe. So now we have to worry again about whether the Jirachi has Fire Punch, because we no longer have Rotom as a switch-in. Victini is actually a very good switch-in to Jirachi. It's kind of why I don't like Scarf Jirachi, is the switch-ins to it are just not that good. Ferrothorn was a bit safer of a switch-in here, but this is a little bit higher reward. Icy Wind. Yep, so we do get punished for the play. Let's go... I mean, Rocks is pretty good here, so we could go Pharaoh. That does allow the Life Orb Chomp in, so I kind of like going Keldeo here instead. Yeah, so he tried to double and catch the Pharaoh out here, but we are not having it. Give me a burn. Hey, we got a burn. That's really good. The Keldeo not as good anymore, since the Pharaoh was the main opportunity for it to set up. Everything else it just kind of like trades HP with, but the burn is really, really nice because it saves some HP on the Keldeo, so it means we should live a shot from Gengar where otherwise we might not have. Pharaoh seems pretty free here. I'm not going to waste the Keldeo right now. Thunderbolt. Just go for Leech Seed. So now he has to switch. The question is whether he goes Jirachi or Zapdos. I kind of feel like Diggersby is a decent spot to be in. He goes Jirachi. Okay. So that's the one that I didn't want him to do. I was okay with him staying in and giving us some Leech Seed health back, and I was okay with him going Zapdos here, but Jirachi I was not really in love with. So he has shown us Icy Wind, Thunderbolt on Gengar. I'm assuming the other two are just the stab moves. We could go Diggersby here. I'm like almost 100% confident he's clicking Shadow Ball. But Diggersby is really, really good against Zapdos, and there's just no real reason to risk it. Yeah, like, it does 30%, sure. I'm going to set rocks here. I didn't expect him to stay in there. He seemed to switch, kind of expecting the Diggersby in the past. Let's switch now. So the thing with Diggersby versus Zapdos is Diggersby is great against Zapdos, but he does have that Gengar, so he can just go Gengar and wall our return here. But he chooses not to. We do get the crit. The crit looks pretty lucky there. I don't think Zapdos does a ton to threaten Diggersby in return. I know weakened Zapdos is pretty much good enough for my purposes in any case. It means Gengar finishes it off, Keldeo finishes it off, Victini finishes it off. We do have the faster base 100, or else we win the speed tie. One of those two things. We are a max speed Victini. Dude, this Victini looks so good. Except for the EVs. Those EVs look terrible, but, you know, it is what it is. Ghost apparently resists poison. It's weird. I learned that, like, very recently. Pro PvPer, by the way. GG. So we are 21-22. We're getting back up there. We've started recovering. Ezreal, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hydrate. I feel like I drink so much water that people have just stopped redeeming Hydrate because I just do it anyway. This one hair that just refuses to stay on my head. It wants to travel, see the world. Let's take a look. The juice is over 2,300. Interesting. Uchiha still second. Alright, Conk lead. What is our play here? I think I'm going to Scald this. It's a bit risky. And you get so much health back from that. Yeah, let's do it again. Alright, so now I really expect a Mox, so I kind of want to go Gengar, but I feel like that's too obvious. I'm going to go Rotom instead. Yeah, so it's costly in terms of Rotom's health here, which is unfortunate because of the Azu, but I think it was the safer play there. Like, if we lose Gengar, that's just so bad for us. It's really, really atrocious. So we can go Diggersby and try for a Fire Punch. That will presumably catch him off guard. He might expect a Swords Dance or something like that. Victini is met with Zapdos, and then we risk the Static. I think I'm going to try the Diggersby here. He might just protect, but he might also be scared of Swords Dance, which is what I'm hoping for. He swaps Latios. Interesting. So he wanted the ground immunity, but he didn't want to go Zapdos? It's kind of weird. Volcarona definitely a threat. I'm gonna go Victini here. Victini tanks anything, it should kill back. It kills after a Quiver Dance. Yeah, the Zapdos is a nuisance, because here we have to be afraid of that. That is horrible, because this is our Volcarona check here. So it's not as bad as it could be, because we do have the rocks up 5%. Come on. Come on, man. I'm going to swap here because I'm expecting a discharge to try and catch the -2 Victini off. I'll just return. He likely goes... Alright, I was going to say he likely goes Pharaoh, but he stays in. He gets another paralysis. So this is pretty bad for us, I'm not going to lie. The priority on Diggersby might be, like, necessary for the Volcarona. I don't know. I think let's just sack this here. Don't para me. Okay, bless. That's such good value then. Tanky, well, I mean, not tanky, but just Diggersby with good bulk is very fun. I'm just going to stay in here. I mean, we die to anything, but it's just not worth risking the other Pokemon at this point, I think. Gonna go Gengar, avoid any Mach Punch residual damage. We could Focus Blast, but that sounds awful. I thought about it for a second. I was like, well, we could get it to catch the Ferrothorn switching, and I was like, that is actually terrible. Is this Scarf Volcarona? What is he doing? I mean, I'm never not clicking Shadow Ball here. That is, as far as I'm concerned, an absolutely forced move. Because if we switch, we die. I will click Shadow Ball here as well. He is either Scarf Latios or Max Speed Latios. Does Psyshock kill Victini? Because clicking V-Create here would be quite nice. We could go Rotom too, actually. Psyshock shouldn't do that much to Rotom. We can just get a little chip on the Latios. I mean, this doesn't really make that much sense. Rotom is just not that good anywhere. So this gets a little bit of chip going on the Latios and means that Pharaoh can definitely do a 1v1 with it. Little residual damage. I'm not going to go Victini, I think. That's just the best way to kill Ferrothorn. I'm not willing to risk that at this point. Let's just Gyro. I'm going to stay in for a... well, actually, he could be setting rocks. I was going to say I can stay in and scout his move. But if he is setting rocks, that's a little bit unfortunate for us. Our ways to kill this Ferrothorn have been either paralyzed or are at like 2 HP. I'm going to go Keldeo here. I don't want to spend too much time scouting because I am scared that he'll set rocks and then the Victini will only have the one switch in. So if it's paralyzed once, it will be real bad for us. That's pretty bad for us. I'm gonna try and get a Wisp on the Pharaoh. Actually, that probably was just a better play to start with. Really need knockoff here. This might just be PP stall, actually. That might be the win condition. I mean, not really, but I'm just thinking, like, in the case where somehow the Victini dies, like, we switch it, he predicts with the Leech Seed, we're paralyzed 3 times. Curse Ferrothorn. Okay, never mind. Actually, if his only offensive move is Gyro Ball, which is the only thing he's shown so far, we're still probably fine. Clefable or Clefairy and Panpour? No, we actually got the V-Create that time. That's so sad. Tragedy. Alright, we got the V-Create. Good, good. The game can finally end. Yeah, I think even Cursed Ferrothorn is just PP stalled by a Ferrothorn and a few switches, so not a big deal there. And Latios is stalled by having multiple Pokemon here. Because of the burn, we can just switch around to whatever we want. Alright, another one for the books. And I posture check myself too sometimes unconsciously. You guys have corrupted me. I have good posture now sometimes. Imagine. Sounds horrible. So we're getting up there. What do we got? 21, 27? We're now tied for 17th and 18th. Our goal for stream today is, I mean, top 10 might be ambitious for stream today. I don't know, what's a good goal for stream today? I never know like what rating increase to kind of guess is good to get. I guess just any increase is good, but a goal, let's say let's gain 50 ratings. So we started at 2113 or something. Yep, Trick Room. Fortunately, Trick Room can kind of be stalled by Substitute. That kills the sub? Interesting. Shadow Ball. So Shadow Ball, Trick Room, and then what? Hex Wisp or Shadow Sneak? What is it? Probably not Shadow Sneak. That's unfortunate. I should have just subbed. Sub was way better there. I'm honestly kind of tempted to still stay in, but I mean, we're +2. It's probably just a kill on this. Yeah, let's stay in. Caden, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Wait, how did that do... First of all, why is this synchronized Gardevoir? Second of all, how did +2 Scald do 60, like 70-ish% to a Gardevoir? That's insane. That is actually ridiculous. I'm assuming there's going to be a Machamp here. I forgot about Flame Orb. I should have knocked. Oh, I don't even have Knock. I was thinking I have Knock and Gyro Ball. I'm used to playing that Ferrothorn. I mean, Rotom is not really built to tank this, but this and Escavalier are the primary things that Rotom would be doing anything against, so I think we go for that one. Let's pump here. If we hit the pump, it's pretty good damage on the Machamp, so I'll take that. And now I think Shadow Ball is looking real nice. I guess Machamp can have Bullet Punch. Max HP, yeah, it would make sense, but I mean, +2 is a lot of plus. Machamp. I think I'm gonna quick attack it here. I mean, if he Bullet Punches, how much does that even do to a Diggersby? No, Bullet Punch is like 20%. I don't care about a Bullet Punch. I probably should have Earthquaked. Earthquake was just like strictly better than this. both because of Rocky Helmet and because of the ghost in the back. Let's go Gengar here. It's possible I just shouldn't have risked the Gengar in that way. I mean, I don't know what any of these Pokemon do. I gotta look up everything. Escavalier. If it's a tank... Oh, it can have Pursuit. Nasty. Alright, we stay in then. Nope, knockoff. Ugh, that's not great. Okay. Well, I think Diggersby still kind of owns this whole team. But definitely worse than if I had switched there. I'm in Kanto. My team is level 33 Gyarados, level 39 Golem, level 2 level 40 Magcargo and Furo, level 41 Primeape, level 42 Blastoise. I'm at the Elite Four, and I can't beat the first Elite Four member. I mean, probably what you need is mostly just levels. Level 40 is pretty low for what is it, Johto Elite? Oh no, Kanto Elite Four? Yeah, level 40 is kind of low for that. I mean, we don't die to a Scald, I don't think. So it's possible this is just fine to... I was going to say that's fine because once we hit the... If we take the Slowbro out of action with some combination of Diggersby and Victini, then Keldeo just sweeps. Get the Gyara up to 50 and be Jolly Moxie? Yeah. We got a crit anyway, so looks like it didn't matter. If he goes for Trick Room there, then we just go Ferrothorn and stall it out. So I don't think there was anything really close there. You have a Calm Gyarados, I would suggest hunting a different one. Calm is minus attack, which you don't really want on a Gyarados, unfortunately. Hi there, I'm watching you stream. Welcome, welcome. Jolly Moxie level 41 on GM, they're cheap. That's true, yeah, they are pretty easy to get a hold of. Alright, what do we do against this Victini? I'm gonna click Scald here. I think there's nothing he goes into where I'm unhappy to have a 30% burn chance. Like the Azu, the Chomp, the Ferrothorn, I'm happy to get a 30% burn on any of those. Red-Green wants to be my friend. I have friends. I probably should honestly turn off my... Interesting. You have $112. It's pretty easy to grind stuff up. You can do that pretty quickly. I have to sneeze. I'm ready on the mute. Okay, now I don't have to sneeze. Life is a struggle, man. I have to sneeze, I don't have to sneeze. Yeah, so I would suggest just go to the event and grind for a Gyarados, or go to the event and grind for money to buy a Gyarados. I think 1500 is like, I don't know, 10 minutes of grinding. Like it's very much not a heavy investment. I'm gonna whisk this because I am scared of a Garchomp. Yep. Pretty happy to get the Wisp on that. I'm gonna go Pharaoh here. Our Pharaoh is fully specially invested, but it does block Toxic. It's not gonna take that much from a burnt Garchomp. I think it's probably okay overall. Rock's not horrible against our team. I think they're worse for his team than they are for ours, so I'm happy to trade rocks here. If he tries to set spikes here, though, that will be an issue. I'm gonna go Rotom over Keldeo here. Keldeo's nice to set up on the Ferrothorn. He goes for Leech Seed, yeah. So that's why I kind of, well, okay. If I'd gone Keldeo, that would have been insane. I'll just Wisp the Pharaoh. It's not amazing to Wisp a Pharaoh, but it does cripple it a little bit here. It means that his Gyro Balls will no longer break my subs on Keldeo. He very likely to just Leech Seed again here. He goes for spikes, okay. I'm gonna sub again. If he switches in Zapdos, he does have to switch into rocks, which is looking pretty good for us, I think. He goes Conk and it is Flame Orb Conk. All of his Pokemon are going to be burned by the end of this game, except for the Victini. That one can't be burned. Just going to Scald, get all that free damage. The nice thing about Sub, too, is there's a very limited health pool for him to Drain Punch. He does not get a lot of health back. I expect just a Mach Punch here to just take HP off of the Keldeo, which is pretty good. But I allocate enough probability to him clicking other moves. Like, I think he just could click basically anything there. And I'm not willing to go Gengar. I'm not willing to go Rotom and risk those things. That seems unnecessary right now. I kind of expect Superpower again. I'm going to sub here. I'm tempted to just sack the Keldeo. He plays rough. Okay. So with him playing rough, I'm just going to go Ferrothorn. Well, I kind of feel like he switches too. Like, he knows we've seen play rough. He probably switches into something that's good against Pharaoh. Keldeo's not that useful anyway. Let's just Scald here. Yeah. Free money. And now we have enough health to sub again. Yeah, Caden, unfortunately this game, it's very grindy, so it's very much like you need to be willing to put in the time if you want to make money to get Pokemon to beat the Elite Four. So I play this game like, actually, I'm not going to tell you how many hours a week I play this game, but it is more than I should. And just Scalding again there because the Keldeo does not do that much anymore. It's no longer incredibly exciting to have around, and this way we just get to go Gengar and click Shadow Ball. With a Spit Up drop, that's I'm going to stay in. Him protecting is not really relevant because we do have that burn, mitigating his leftovers recovery, so looks pretty good for us. I'm going to go Rotom into this. I'm expecting Superpower, actually. I feel like that's the prediction he's going to make. But if he does, we can always just go back into Gengar afterwards and live life happily. He misses Play Rough. No, he clicked Aqua Jet, okay. Definitely not what I expected. I could also pretty reasonably just go Diggersby here. And Quick Attack. Let's click Leech Seed, I guess. Leech Seed on the off chance that he goes Victini. The cheapest is 1500 for level 40, but it's not Jolly. You might as well save for a Jolly one. Like, the cost is so low that you're not really losing anything by saving for a Jolly one. It's going to take an extra, like, 10 minutes or something. And you can use that Jolly Gyarados forever. You cannot use a Calm one forever. My opponent PM'd me that he is not a fan of Keldeo. He used somewhat stronger language. But that was the gist of it, is he does not like Keldeo. Gonna surf and keep catching Gyarados. Yeah, there's also sync Pokemon in the game. Synchronized Pokemon, so Pokemon with the synchronized ability. So if you find a Pokemon with the synchronized ability that is Jolly, then you can lead that Pokemon, and then some wild Pokemon will have a nice green S. That means they're Jolly. So last time we played this, they paralyzed all of our Pokemon. They clicked Drain Punch on turn 1. I'm going to Scald again turn 1. I hope I don't... yeah, that was not ideal. I guess I should have Calmed Mind turn 1 for the Drain Punch, and then attacked on the subsequent turn or something like that. I want to risk Gengar here. Benmin is such a toxic PvPer. I don't know who Benmin is. I do know this Latios is Scarfed, though. I could double here, but I also want to get rocks up, so let's do that. Volcarona, my old nemesis. I'm gonna go Keldeo this time. Last time he just clicked a fire move, so if he does that again, yeah. I'm much happier to be in Keldeo than I am in Victini, because Keldeo does not get paralyzed by hitting Zapdos. Victini very much does. Saw the name while you were scrolling through the ladder. Ah, okay. Yeah, a lot of players are toxic at times in PvP. I mean, I don't know. I do my best not to assume, or not to, like, take stories from other people about toxicity into account. Like, when people are toxic to me in person, like my previous opponent is still telling me that they do not like Keldeo with stronger words than I am using. So when people do that, I accept that they're toxic, but generally when other people tell me, like, you know, this person is toxic or this person is toxic, I just kind of put it under the blanket of, like, most people are toxic to some people at some time. So there's always a story about basically everyone that is, this person is toxic. And it's like, you know, what do you believe, what do you not believe? So I try to keep an open mind about it. I'm going to go Gengar here, because he's shown he's not locked, so Ajet should not do that much damage to us. Yep. No threat of dying there. Peterfred is toxic? That is true. Very true. I am the most toxic. Is Jolly Medicham good? Jolly Medicham is good. Yes, that is the ideal nature. If you want to know if a Pokemon is good or not in a certain nature, I suggest just going to Smogon.com and searching it. Easiest way to figure it out. I don't see the point in being toxic. It's not in your control. They need to grow up. In general, I agree. Yeah, I think being toxic is... I'm trying to think of a better word than pointless. Being toxic is inefficient. It's not a good use of your time, right? The reason to be toxic is if it makes you feel better, right? To kind of put other people down and, like, yell at them and whatever and whatever. But, like, I don't know, it just seems like not a good pattern to be in. I suppose it seems like it hampers... Like, I felt like if I spent my time telling people they were bad instead of, like, thinking about my mistakes, I'd be worse at PvP than I am. And I'm already pretty bad at PvP, right? So, like, I don't have much to give. But yeah, it just seems like a waste of time to me. I sell that many challenge GM. Yeah, you could. It's also a good Pokemon. You can always play it. Where are we at now? Where are we at? 2146. 2146. Wait, we're still 17th. Hold up. Wait. I the burn there I don't like that much, because that means they get to switch something else in, force the Keldeo out, and keep tempo, basically. If we don't burn them there, we get to go Rotom and just defog. And there's not really anything they can do about it. Although, as is, they went Tentacruel, so we can go Rotom and defog. If they went something like Gengar there, it would have been fairly annoying. Acid Spray is pretty good against us. Since our opponent's Rocker is dead, I'm pretty comfortable just defogging here. And since I don't think we have much use for a burn to 55% HP Rotom, I will subject it to another hit in order to keep tempo by doing the Slow Volt. Gengar is nice against the Tentacruel, but it is Pursuit trapped by Weavile. Weavile can also switch into the Shadow Ball. I think I will go Diggersby here. The Tentacruel is faster than my Rotom though, so it is a little bit scary. Alright, I'm gonna go Gengar actually. If he goes Weavile, I'm gonna go Rotom and try to sack it. If he pursuits me, I'm gonna be sad. First Scald, first burn. You're killing me. I think there's a decent chance he just goes Weavile here. Our opponent, however, is 1750, so I don't know. When the opponents are lower rated, I don't like predicting them as much. I find that that ends happily less often than when the opponents are high rated. Ice Shard. It is Life Orb Weavile, so that Ice Shard is actually good for us. That means that our opponent does have to take damage twice to kill us. And the opponent also no longer has a Tentacruel to switch into our Keldeo. Victini, they go Garchomp, so I think it is better to go Keldeo here. Why not Keldeo and sub on the Tentacruel? They showed Acid Spray. I was a little bit worried that we'd switch into an Acid Spray. I guess we slow volted actually, so never mind. Yeah, that's reasonable. For some reason, I think that Tentacruel is one of the Pokemon that Keldeo can't switch in on. I mean, obviously it is. It is one of the Pokemon that it can set up on, but in my head it was not. Weird. I have it kind of in the same category as like Celebi and Slowbro, like things that can break the sub, but Poison type is not Psychic type. They're both purple, but they are not the same. If he doubles into Chomp and subs, that could be annoying. Destiny Bond, not so much. Will you ever find a Jolly Gyarados, or can you only find Jolly Magikarp? You can find... any of the Pokemon that you find can be in any nature. We'll just stay in and Scald here. I don't think we need this for the Weavile anymore. We're far enough ahead that we can just weigh down the Weavile with numbers. And we do still have the Victini, of course. Alright, now that I've seen the Shadow Ball, I'm going to go Diggersby. And you found Adamant. Adamant's usable. I'd say you can use that for PvP, or for PvE, rather. Actually, arguably, Adamant is better than Jolly for PvE, for battling gyms and stuff. It's probably the better of the two. I think I actually could have quick attacked there instead. That way we don't get cursed bodied. He does die to the fire after a little while. That would have been interesting. Fake Out, so our opponent takes Life Orb damage, Iron Barbs damage, and does no damage. No damage of their own. I will Protect here. We haven't shown Protect yet, so I feel like this is an acceptable turn to do it on. Okay. Well, they go Chomp. So, unfortunate, I will click Gyro Ball until we die. What time is it there? It is 8 p.m. But summertime, so it's still light out. I wanted to go Gengar there. It doesn't really make a difference, but... I guess this way we get the kill with Gengar. Is Kingler good? Oh boy, is Kingler good. I will... Actually, you know what? This is an excellent opportunity for me to link a relevant video called The Return of the Kingler. Is Kingler good? You can find out. First time you saw my windows are open. The windows are actually always open. I never change the orientation of the what do you call them? The blinds? Yeah, the blinds. It's actually light outside now. Alright, add win. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break here and run to the bathroom. I will be back in just a second. Alright, well, I'm really glad that I have that AFK screen, because getting into my chair, I did, like, and, like, kind of fall, so you guys didn't get to see that, thankfully. Whew, now no one will know how clumsy I am. Dodged. I scooted my chair in a little bit closer. So, you guys can't see my desk, but basically the way my desk works is, it's obviously flat up top, and then I have drawers down the sides, and meeting in the middle, it has another drawer, and then there's like a little square, or I guess rectangular, aperture for my legs. So normally I sit like pretty far back, so that I can just sort of swing in and out without having to, you know, hit the drawers on the sides. Right now my knees are like a foot into there, so if I move, it shakes. It shakes the world. Imagine not letting us see you fall. How rude. Peter Fred slapstick stream coming up soon. Is Naive the same as Jolly? Never mind, a little bit different. It is different. Depending on the Pokemon, it's usually a little bit worse. Occasionally, if you want to have a mixed Pokemon, so if you want both physical and special attacks, Naive or Hasty is better, but yeah. Because of sunlight, yeah, exactly. It's just I stream where in the winter it's dark the whole time, and in the summer it's light for like the first like hour and change. Hydrate. Alright, I suppose. He talked me into it. I got my Battle Q prize. I didn't keep tournaments like at all last week. I really should have. I'm close to another double-aid roll. I have failed to sink 2 of those so far. I'm really tempted to Calm Mind. He's gonna U-turn into a Moongus, right? I'll Scald. I'll Scald. I'll play it safe. Keldeo seems really good here. I mean, we can set up on the Umbreon. We got options. Unfortunately, Pharaoh, not in rain, is not a super exciting Moongus switch in, but we do get rocks out of the deal. So maybe it's okay. He goes for Sludge Bomb. Interesting. So maybe no hidden power? Very interesting. On a timid Gyarados, is timid good? Unfortunately, no. Adamant and Jolly are the acceptable natures. I'm gonna Wisp here, I think. I'm expecting Zygarde, and I think Umbreon is a possibility. Actually, if Umbreon synchronized could be annoying. I'm gonna Wisp anyway. No! We guessed it right. We guessed it right. We hit it wrong. Such is life. Well, on the bright side, now we can't be spored. Yep, he goes Amoonguss. I'm going to go Victini on this. Because I don't think there's a reasonable way for him to justify clicking Spore here. It's possible he's just Galactic Brained and clicks Spore anyway, but no, looks like we do dodge it. And V-Create looks pretty unappealing here, actually. Doesn't look like it does much. it gets chip on the Zygarde maybe, or chip on the Keldeo, or chip on the Victini. Yeah, I'll go for it, because I don't think we're getting much better here. We could U-turn, but then if he stays in, we're kind of forced into the Ferrothorn, and the Ferrothorn without knockoff doesn't really have much of a lasting impact. Man, that burn really hurts, that missed burn, because that means, like, it would be all permanent chip with a burn, but alas. I thought about doubling Diggersby there. I decided that I hoped he'd stay in, but doesn't look like he's interested. Huh. Man, that does not do much to Skarmory. Wow. Skarmory is a chunky lad. He does give us the Skarmory, though. That's quite nice. I mean, we take a lot of Rocky Helmet damage along the way, but that means if we get in on a Mungus, if we get in on maybe Zygarde if it's slow enough, Earthquake looks pretty free. I'm expecting Scald here over Secret Sword because of the presence of the Gengar. Yep. And now I am expecting him to not go Zygarde, because we did show Wisp last time. We showed we were willing to click it. Yep. The opponent does go Amoonguss. I think I'm going to go Diggersby here again, because we've shown the Fire Punch. I imagine it will be enough to scare him into switching. So I'm going to click Earthquake here. Actually, maybe not. He didn't switch the Skarmory earlier. I kind of actually wish I'd clicked Fire Punch here. I think Fire Punch was better. But hopefully he switches. And we... No, okay. Yeah, so we could have clicked Fire Punch there and gotten the Amoonguss for free, and then Keldeo's good again. Although admittedly it's still... actually, a switch was good there too. We don't want to allow a Giga Drain. Him clicking Sludge Bomb is pretty good for us, though, all things considered. Goes for Sludge Bomb again. You want Amoonguss? Amoonguss is quite good. I'm going to Sludge Wave here. He can go Zygarde into it, but Zygarde does not seem to have a lot of offensive potential here, and I'm more frightened of the Umbreon. Keldeo walls any sort of toxic, because we did get glared earlier. Ooh, okay, so now... Okay, I expected him to stay in with the Umbreon. I thought it was a possibility he goes Amoonguss, but not very likely. So he hasn't shown Giga Drain, and I kind of can't help but wonder if he actually has Giga Drain. Really wish I'd subbed there, though. Huh. I'm gonna Scald here. So that means he can go Keldeo, but we are +2. I might even stay in on his Keldeo. Because, I mean, we are paralyzed. It's not like we're doing a ton. I mean, here I'll Scald. Sure, we're +2. +2 is no joke. That was a crit, though. Okay. Good to know. It's not like the Amoonguss is doing anything back. Never burn. Where's my burn? So Synthesis, Hidden Power, Spore, and Sludge Bomb. Switching Victini into a Sludge Bomb isn't the best thing we could be doing, but... Yeah, this Zygarde's still very annoying. If this thing were burnt, my life would be so much easier. I'm going to go Gengar here, and I'm going to Shadow Ball. I expect him to go Amoonguss, but he has shown a proclivity for just staying in the past, so it's possible. I don't even know if Specs Shadow Ball kills. That's nowhere close to killing. Why is that so thick? You found Impish Kingler one of the best natures? That is not one of the best natures, unfortunately. Zygarde is a fat Pokemon. Man, I really wish we just deleted the Amoonguss. I wish I clicked Fire Punch on it the previous time with Diggersby. Okay, he does give us the Zygarde, though. I'm a fan of that one. So Victini suddenly looking very nice. I'm gonna go Pharaoh here. I should have just Volt Switched, that was silly. And now Victini, just to try and take a little bit less chip from the HP Fire as opposed. No, he just Sludge Bombs. Well, I'm glad we didn't get poisoned there. That would have been awkward. We do need to worry about getting swept by the Keldeo here. Keldeo is pretty scary. And our Victini can no longer switch in safely on anything, so we do have to sack a Pokemon every time we want Victini to come back in, but given the number of Pokemon we have compared to the number of Pokemon he has, that's not the most worrying thing. Yeah, I don't think he's using, like, the perfect nature Zygarde here. That would not really make sense to me. I want to go Keldeo and double Victini, but at this point it just feels like he could do anything, so I don't know. That's a bit scary. Amoonguss here is a pretty good play, but there is a chance for us to get a paralysis. Okay, he stays in with the Keldeo, so that should be the game. I'm just going to sack the Keldeo here. I'll just deal a little bit of damage and die. Alright, so that game was complicated a little bit unnecessarily by me clicking Earthquake on the Diggersby instead of just going with what I had read of the match so far. And also by Zygarde being just absurdly thick. Pokemon is chunky. You found one from surfing? Yep, that's the reason to kill grind an event here. Salen resubbed 4 months. Thank you, thank you. I get to see that little animation. It's so cute. Yeah. Dude, I'm so happy I found those. Those are so cute. They're so fitting. I forget who it was that that told me I need to get better widgets, but Salem says for his resub message, semicolon LKJ semicolon KLJ. It's an interesting philosophical point that Say is putting to us here. Breloom lead, my old nemesis. Clicked Swords Dance there. So if I do this, what? What was that line? Turn 1 Swords Dance, turn 2 Spore? The absolute madman. Wow. Well, we have a chance to live. Wakey, wakey. Oh, we did wake up. Nice. Alright, so that was a very strange line from the opponent. It's a good read, I guess. It's just unique. I think I'm just going to take my damage here. He read me like a book brother. I don't have any book brothers. I'm going to go Rotom here because I am expecting Staraptor, and if not, then we do get the Defog. He was for Leech. Alright, fair enough. Not unreasonable. Leech knockoff rocks. So we don't know the fourth move. I should have gone Keldeo there, actually. Keldeo was a lot better. I really want to Bolt Strike here. I'm going to Bolt Strike here. I'm doing it. I gotta believe. Gotta risk it for the biscuit. Predictions? I don't know. I feel like there's no way to just learn. You can never learn one way to predict and then just stick with that, because then you yourself become predictable. So it's just like it's a whole mess of like what can you and can you not realistically click. Do I want to keep this Victini around? I think we at least speed tie the Raptor, so I kind of like it for that, because Raptor is fairly scary with a half health Rotom. Pharaoh feels like a free switch in, but I don't know what Amistar actually packs. He is Specs, I remember. Okay, Surf. Surf, I don't mind. I'm going to Leech here. I expect him to just go Ferrothorn, but if he does, then he's wasting his Rain turns, and once the Rain turns run out, life gets tough for my opponent. Yep, knockoff is very good in the Ferrothorn mirror. That means he will recover health over time, and we will not. So now the question is whether he's going to click knockoff again, or click Leech Seed predicting a switch, or switch himself. Oh, I expected him to go back. Okay, well, paid off, I guess. I definitely expected a swap there, back to Ferrothorn after seeing the Gyro Ball. Let's go Rotom here, I guess. It's not ideal. I think an Ice Beam might kill us from Specs here. No, okay. No freeze? No freeze. Alright. We're good for now. We're good for now. Yeah, he's the sub D-Dance Kingdra. Let's go Diggersby here. I think we do have Gengar as a sack in the back still. If he goes Kingdra here, we do have to Quick Attack because we're not faster. And I do want to deny any sort of sub, any sort of D-Dance. Yep, Waterfall's fine. I'm going to go Keldeo over something like Gengar, because Gengar, its 2 stab moves are walled by some of his Pokemon, so there's always an opportunity for him to outplay us there, which I don't like. So here he's going to go Raptor, I'm going to sack Rotom, I'm going to go Victini, I'm going to pick up a kill, I'm probably going to swap out after he sacks Pharaoh and goes Rotom, so we'll sack Gengar at that point, and then Victini will pick up the kill. Morocco Tapo. Morocco Tapo. I don't know what that means, but that's fun to say. Morocco Tapo. I mean, this line does assume that we're faster than his Staraptor with the Victini. We are just banking on the 31 speed to be better. If we're wrong, you know, and if we lose the speed tie, then we probably just lose there, but that's what it came down to. Morocco Tapo Pro. Feels like that could all be one word. Morocco Tapo Pro. Morocco Tapo Pro. Moracotta Pro. It sounds like terracotta. Terracotta Army. Alright, we are on a roll tonight. We are 10-0. Doing pretty well. This is a team created by Lars, although I don't know the exact distribution of items and sets on the team that he uses. But the Pokemon themselves are Lars. I use a different lead than him as well. But at its core, this is very much a Lars team. And Lars is OP, so that explains why we are 10-0. I feel like my way of building teams is just really not suited to stream. My way of building teams is I come up with an idea, I play it, and then I see if I like it or not. And if I do poorly, then I adjust the team or I play something else. Dragonite's kind of scary here, so I'm not sure that setting up Keldeo does that much. But as I was saying, so the problem is that I feel like I have to switch teams. Like, I can't stay with the same team. Because, I mean, I want to keep stream interesting. You know, I want to provide different videos and not just, you know, this is the 12th time that PETA plays this team, you know. He goes Togekiss. I think Dragonite was a little bit better here for the opponent. It does take a couple of hits, and you do risk the burn, but you get to keep Pokemon afterwards, which is nice. Whereas Togekiss lives? Why is Keldeo not doing any damage today? I'm going to stay in on this. I believe... Oh. I was actually justified in my belief. Well, I wasn't justified in my belief, but I was paid off for my belief. I just stayed in there because I was salty. I wanted that kill. I was mad. So if this is a Life Orb, I think E-Speed might kill us. No, okay, not at all. Kiss is extra thick. Yeah, for real. Alright, so Keldeo has traded for 3 of his Pokemon. He did get rocks out of the deal, but I think that's decent overall for us. D-Dance. D-Dance again, interesting. He's definitely risking a burn here. No burn, okay. So he is faster than my Victini now. I don't believe he one-shots Rotom with Dragon Claw, though. That should not be the case. Outrage would, but Dragon Claw I think does not. Alright, the opponent is not going to put that one to the test. Roost. That's kind of scary. I'm gonna assume. Actually, we've seen all of his moves, so actually Ferrothorn was just way better here. Not that I think it really matters, but Ferrothorn was a much cleaner choice. Show your Keldeo. The Keldeo is pretty cute. The throw. I don't think it was a throw. I think he loses there anyway, assuming the Wisp actually hits. Actually, I should deduct the attack twice. There's no reason to have attack on Keldeo when sitting up on Foul Play Pokemon is actually a real thing. The PETA self-caught mons? Yeah, man. PETA self-caught's gotta be good. I think this whole team, this whole team is self-caught. Peter Fred. This could just be my self-caught team. I've been kind of messing around with different self-caught teams, and I might just play this next week or this week, I suppose. Since it is doing real well tonight, it is looking good. We haven't played, I think, any incredibly strong players. I think. We've not played anyone on the front page of the leaderboard, for example. I think. Yeah, I don't think we did. Oh, Juicy Durian's playing again. I haven't seen him in a while. Sell them to me, gonna use in self-cut tourney. Tempting. And we have 5 Nora players in the top 10. It's pretty nice. Alright, I'm gonna Calm Mind turn 1 this time. I just don't want him to regain the health back from the Drain Punch. I feel like that's just bad value. Ooh, so close. So close, and he high-rolled it. Tragedy. Actually, this was really stupid. This was really stupid. He has a Bisharp on his team now. Last time he didn't, so I was like, yeah, whatever, it's fine, we don't need it. But that Bisharp is really scary. That's, Yeah, I'm gonna lose to that. Well, alright, I'm gonna click Focus Blast here. And hope he gives us the Bisharp. Come on. Gimme. Do it. You know you want to. Get your +2. Okay, he goes Pharaoh. I'll take it. We hit the Focus Blast. That is acceptable. He goes Bisharp into it. Oh, he's playing mind games with me, man. I think we have to stay in, right? Even though... Oh, dude, Gengar is so good here. Alright. I'll go for it. Okay, cool. Well... I can't say that I condone that line of play for my opponent. I think that was a very big mistake. But I'm happy to see it. We do not get punished for throwing away the Keldeo, which is nice. I'm going to go Rotom here over Diggersby. Critical hit. Not great. Yep, that's fine. The Gengar is really strong here. I don't really want to trade it for the Garchomp. Let's go... does Diggersby live in Earthquake? Can I click return? Diggersby versus Garchomp. It's a roll. It's a roll to live with my IVs. Yeah, I'm gonna quick attack here. I just want it in range of the Gengar. And it is in Sludge Wave range, so that's a little bit nicer. That means we can do a little bit of extra damage. You have to beat the Kanto Elite Four to do ranked. Casual battle. I do have an option. I have a channel point option that you can redeem to battle me. It's called Team Trial, I believe. But unfortunately, because I have that option, I can't accept random challenges, because then what's the point of having the option? It doesn't really mean anything anymore. So I will unfortunately have to decline that one. No para. I feel like we have to stay in there. I mean, we can go Ferrothorn, but it's just very unexciting against a Heat Wave. I mean, actually, now that he's healthy again, we have to go Ferrothorn, so... That Discharge Paralysis was nasty. Probably going to be the game, I think. I don't think we can beat Volcanion Zapdos Garchomp with Victini as our only attacker here. Flamethrower, do I think this is locked? I don't know. Let's find out. Do I lose? Okay, the game continues. Yeah, I'll recreate this. Alright, he's not locked, so we lose. Lovely. Okay, he's locked, but he stayed in. Actually, kind of lovely. I mean, that's... The game is playable now. Alright, the game is significantly less playable now. I think we lose to the Chomp, yeah. Clicking Protect are not an option because he has the option of clicking SD. He might actually outspeed our Victini. I don't know. Annoyingly, he's at 28%, so his Volcanion does seem likely to live the rocks damage here. So now, this is interesting. I think we have to go Ferrothorn here. If he Steam Eruptions, he probably doesn't kill us. But if he if he Flamethrowers, he probably doesn't kill us. If he Steam Eruptions, he does. I think it's fine. Oh, we don't kill. Well, that's ugly. That wasn't supposed to go that way. Alright, so now we're on the we outspeed plan, which I don't know if that's true. He's not... I think he's Specs Volcanion? Nope, okay. Alright, well, that was a throw then. Yeah, I should have just gone Pharaoh. Bad loss. Yeah, so if I go Pharaoh there and he Steam Eruptions, I guess that's the case where we lose. Yeah, okay, so that was a 50-50. So actually I think my play was fine. Obviously it was not the correct play given what he clicked, but didn't know it at the time, so. Unfortunate. Condor. His Raikou is going to be faster than us, but I don't think HP Ice is going to do a ton to Diggersby, so I'm not super worried about going into it. And Volt Switch is fine. I'm just going to return here. Return to sender. And I will take that damage. Normally Gliscor is EV'd for Bisharp, and Diggersby is significantly faster, so I did expect to outspeed there. It's always possible we don't, but I'm really tempted to stay in here, man. I mean, Conk doesn't kill us, but the question is whether we kill. It's a roll to kill? I'm doing it. That play was bad, by the way. I shouldn't have done that, because Diggersby is just insane against Raikou. But he gave me the opportunity. I'm not gonna not click return on things, you know, like, that Diggersby is there to smack face. It is not there to switch out, I say, switching out Diggersby. Leech Seed also is a very good click here, I think. Leech Seed might have been better. If he goes Heat Rain is the only time that I would not get rocks up off that. He goes Raikou, he might be trying to sub here. Definitely don't want to allow that, so I'm not going to click Leech, I'm not going to click Gyro Ball, I'm not going to click Protect. Okay, that looks like Specs, actually. So let's go... Let's go Rotom. You think Pete is slow because he's so brave? Gengar is interesting, but I am a little bit scared of Scarf. Since there's no other speed on this team, so I'm going to go Victini instead. I guess Victini does run into the same issue, but it might even tank a Draco, because Victini is thick. Yeah, okay, so it is Scarf. Good to know. And we have Rocks up, so if he switches the Latios out, the Latios is a dead man. So I'll just Leech here. You go Victory Road and kill the level 0 to 44 Gravelers. That does seem like a combo. Gaining experience and EXP share. Name the more iconic duo. Taunt. Sure. I don't think I like Taunt there. If I stay in with the Ferrothorn, like what does Taunt do that Lava Plume doesn't do better? And if I switch, then you kind of want to be clicking off offensive move anyway. Like taunting a Rotom does not do a ton here. So this one, I think, let's just, I mean, Ferrothorn does wall this, right? Because it is Specs. So Ferro should be fine. Leech Seed missed. Stop that. It's not supposed to miss. Okay, it is Magma Storm. Good to know. So we've seen Magma Storm, Toxic, Taunt, and presumably Protect. So now Azu, we get our free scout of Azu's move and a free chance at burn, and then we switch into, he goes to Raikou, interesting. Yeah, I'll Scald here. I assumed he was Volt switching, so Diggersby was safe, but I mean, we have the sub up, so like worst case, we just fish for a burn on Azu. Yeah, so we got the burn this time. Works for me. What's the fastest to finish this off? Let's go... Yeah, is Raikou... Well, I'll just go Diggersby. Is Raikou 110 or 115? Raikou's 115, annoying. Gotta preserve the 6-0 when you can. It's a terrible strategy. Don't actually do this in real life, or in like real games where it matters. Preserving the 6-0 is just not important. It doesn't actually mean anything. But it's fun to do every once in a while. No one is gonna buy the seashell. The market is pretty interested in seashells. That is a lot of 3 fighting types. What does this team do against like Togekiss or Staraptor? Fusion Bolt. Wasting the HP on Keldeo may be bad there because it is pretty good against Manaphy and Cobalion and decent against Keldeo and Virizion both. This is kind of a 50-50, so like our opponent could think Secret Sword is the good move to click, right? Because it's the one that does more damage to Keldeo. But they also know we have a Ghost, so they kind of might want to click Scald. So it's a bit of a 50-50 here. I'm going to guess Scald. Nope, not even a little bit. That looks like Specs. On the bright side, Specs Gengar is insane here. Our opponent has 3 base 108 Pokemon and a base 100 Pokemon. So this Gengar is looking absolutely disgusting. That wasn't even a crit. They crit the Rotom and didn't kill it. We didn't crit and kill it. Our Pokemon is confirmed better. Good click. I'm gonna set rocks here. I expect them to switch. And now defog, heat wave, volt switch, any of those are fine. Defog works. Caden, I am going to ask that you don't try to sell things in the chat. Just, not that it's like, you know, some horrible thing to try and sell things or anything like that, but it's just I prefer to keep the conversation just away from selling stuff, you know. Don't really want this to be trade chat. I'm going to just return here. Saving the quick attack could be useful, but I feel like he just swords dances. And if he doesn't, then at least we get the free swap into something like Gengar and click Sludge Wave and are happy. Or he just doesn't kill? Why is Bruzion terrible? Alright, now I actually kind of want to switch. Since Bolt Strike kind of cleans. Marketplace stream. No, you're fine, Caden. You don't have to apologize. You didn't know. I didn't write it in... Do I even have rules written on my Twitch channel? I don't know. Why would a streamer know that? We do get the para, but the para is not really important at this point. We have 3 Pokemon that outspeed the Manaphy, or sorry, 4 Pokemon that outspeed the Manaphy. I'm counting a priority attack as an outspeed here. So the paralysis is not really relevant to us winning this game. We tank the Surf. Dude, Victini is busted. Hope that was a little bit early. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to spoil it. But at that point, it was 6 Pokemon versus 1 Pokemon, so, you know, you can probably figure that out. What level are your Pokies? Mostly 100? Yeah, that is pretty much the norm. I'm going to Secret Sword this because Breloom is the worst, and I hate it. Yep, Spore is fine. Can I go Gengar here? My opponent PM me lucky, but GG. GG. What about that was lucky? We crit the Zapdos, right? But they crit the Rotom. So I don't know. That seemed like about the same to me. Rock Tomb. Alter. I want Alter. Yeah, we just died a Bullet Seed, but that's fine, because now we get to kill a Breloom. Make Breloom die. Gengar is walled by so much stuff. If we still had a living Keldeo, actually, maybe I should have gone Victini there to keep the Keldeo alive. Goes Mandibuzz. Interesting. Actually, I should have kept the Keldeo alive. Keldeo's insane against this team. Keldeo's excellent against Mandibuzz and Chansey. Sets up on either one of them. I mean, Chansey can break sub, so it doesn't permanently set up, but it is good. I don't really want to switch Gengar into a foul play, so I'm going to go Ferrothorn here and knock off. It's even worse. He does have multiple birds, so I think the Stealth Rock is pretty good here. It's unclear which one his Defogger is. Is that the one and only Thickwoofer? Thickwoofer's name changed. Who is this Custa guy? Sounds like a loser. Bring back Thickwoofer. Leech Seed missing is unfortunate. It would be a lot nicer to switch this in with a little bit of residual damage, but it is what it is. I do want to avoid getting paralyzed here, but it is inevitable that we have to risk it. Whew, dodged. Alright, well that makes me feel a lot better about the course of this game. feel like Band Diggersby very, very good here. I'm not taking this. Okay, well, I should have taken it. I mean, Band Diggersby still very good, but it's much harder to switch in on Clefable and Mandibuzz on Chansey now, so a little bit of lost value there. Let's go Pharaoh. He did go for the Mach Punch. Interesting. So I'm willing to sack Pharaoh here. Pharaoh's really good against Chansey. I have a lot of stuff that's really good against Chansey. Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. It's not actually a sack, it is a trade, but it's a trade for a fairly weak Pokemon that could have potentially been finished off with in a better way somewhere else. We could go Rotom and Defog to give the Diggersby more switch-ins, but I don't think it's that relevant. Actually, we might... Yeah, we die now to Rocky Helmet damage. 0.7. It lives that? That's actually so tragic. Ugh. How much does Rotom do to this? Rotom Wash. Nope. Defensive. 2 Mandibuzz. Full physical defense, I'm assuming. Yeah, Volt Switch, not a kill. I think we have to Bolt Strike this. We could Sludge Wave it, but Victini is just such an easy switch into that. Or, rather, Chansey is. How does that live that too? That's insane. That thing is so fat. Make it stop. I feel like we lose now. We have to take rocks plus... we have to take rocks plus Rocky Helmet damage. .88%. Yeah, so that should be a loss, I think. I don't think we have a way to come back. I guess we just Bolt Strike, hope for a paralysis here. Yeah, okay. So risking the Diggersby, I think, is what I'm gonna blame this one on. That was poor. Looter Gang, who there? That is Rother. Hoother. And that was a rhetorical question, but I only just realized that, so it's fine. It's all good. Why is Victini a great Pokemon? What are his abilities? Victini has one ability, is Victory Star. It makes him more accurate, and that's it. The reason Victini is a good Pokemon is it has very good base stats. They're all base 100s, and it has access to V-Create, which is just an absurd move. It's 180 base power. Like, the thing is insane. What? I'm assuming that was a rhetorical question. I don't know. I feel like the who there alt is fairly well known, but I don't know. Alright, second loss. That was an unfortunate one, and by unfortunate I mean I played poorly, but it is what it is. Our record still holding up pretty well overall, I'd say. It was, okay. That tracks. The math checks out on that one. GG. Give me subs. I'm about to Uber Eats Rother a Subway sandwich. Timid Keldeo for 1 sub. I'll click sub on Timid Keldeo. I can do that. I can pull that one off. My hair does not want to be normal. I need a haircut. Gotta figure out the hair situation. got Yeet again. My opponent last time, he told me I was very lucky. So we'll have to try to avoid being lucky this time so that we don't get subsequent salty PMs. I'll still Scald this time, I think. He just swaps. He is Sash though, so I don't mind that. He may try a double here or something along those lines. Oh, congrats, GFX. I didn't see the Larvesta. This might be stupid. I'm expecting Zapdos here. Yeah, okay. So we're good. We're fine. Although if we get Discharge Parrot again, life will be rough. Oh my goodness. Yay. The 30% twice in a row, he's killing me. We could also have Fire Punch there for the Cobalion, yeah. Because Fire Punch probably does pick up the Zapdos. But I think not the end of the world here. He might have Stone Edge, so I'm a little wary of switching in Victini. Show Keldeo. We can basically sack Gengar here. I think Gengar doesn't really do anything anymore since it is paralyzed. It's slower than everything, so I think we just sack it. Get it out of here. I guess we can get the Keldeo in. Scald kills this, right? I'm not crazy. I feel like I'm crazy for even checking this. Like, this is such an obvious yes, it kills. Yep, Scald definitely kills. This does assume that I win the speed tie, which I tend to assume more than I should. But it looks like it works out for us. The discharge is so sad, man. Gengar is so good against this team. I'm gonna sub here. I expect a switch. No, he stays in. He just stays in and clicks Leaf Blade again. Super weird. Like, we still have the Victini as a switch in, so this is strange. Okay. I don't think I get it, but I guess he's hoping for a Para on the Victini, maybe? I don't know what the play is there. Alright, so here we are going to lose something to a Tail Glow. Question is what? I think we lose the Diggersby. This is very unlikely to be slow Manaphy, I think, so I'm not going to bother clicking return. The Secret Sword is forced here, so he can go something like Zapdos. Zapdos is low enough that it does just die, but he can go Victini here, more interestingly. Virizion, he cannot go. Crit! Lucky! Send me the lucky PMs, guys. I know I got lucky. He finessed me, but I lucked out of it. I really want to Scald here. I know it doesn't kill, but yeah, I shouldn't. He swaps. Interesting. He was very confident that that forced me out. I do not think I would have been that confident in his shoes. Actually, I should have just gone Pharaoh on the Manaphy. That was silly. This is fine. Energy Ball doesn't kill us. Unless he crits, which has been known to happen. He surfs. These are questionable levels, I will say. I don't think I agree with all the doubling my opponent has done. Where do I go here? Let's go Victini. We really needed the Victini in reserve for his Manaphy. Well, I guess the Victini or the Keldeo. But now, I don't think we need it as much. He clicked V-Create? What a madman. I feel like Calm Mind just wins now, doesn't it? What can he do? He can go his Keldeo and hope for another crit. Or he can... I mean, I guess Secret Sword doesn't instantly kill him, right? So, there is that. Actually, this is okay from him. If he expects us to go... Well, okay, this is not good. I think this he definitely should have switched, because now he should be dead to Secret Sword, I believe. Which means we can freely click that and he can't go Keldeo safely. Victini. -2 defense. Secret Sword. No, okay, I think we have to click Scald. He just sack zapped us, sure. Fair enough. We should live a Secret Sword, I think, from Band. I'm gonna do more calcing here in the background. Secret Sword? No, okay, we don't live a Secret Sword from Band. But I think it's fine. Victini should do a decent job here. The question is whether I V-Create or not. So if I V-Create... Bolt Strike is low odds to miss, which would lose us the game. Well, he's clicking Secret Sword, so actually this is fine. We do get the power there, which is nice. Are you guys prepared? I'm going to get a lucky PM in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Here I'm going Rotom. I don't want to risk the Bolt Strike miss. The Bolt Strike miss would probably not lose us the game, but it's possible if he clicks Focus Blast and hits it that we'd lose. So going Rotom is a guaranteed win here. Unless he doubles Keldeo in that turn, in which case it's the same scenario as before, where we need to hit the Bolt Strike to win. V-Create is theoretically 100% accuracy. I don't think it actually is in PPO, but definitely higher than Bolt Strike, and you're right. We're what, 16-2? Wait. Or no, sorry, 14-2. Okay. I'm not crazy. Stream is looking a little delayed. I don't know why. Alright, I think I am going to call it there. That is going to be it for tonight. We are ending 21-37, not 21-73. 21-37, which puts us in 13th. So we are within striking distance of top 10. Actually, it's 21-54 for top 10. That is nothing. That is no rating. Alright, so Tuesday we are breaking back into top 10. And then Thursday, we push first. And then at some point in the future, Evolution stream happens and I lose all my rating, and it's great. It's wonderful. It's, you know, from like a streaming perspective, it's actually a perfect setup. from a streaming perspective, it's a perfect setup because I get high rating and then I lose all my rating, so I have to get high rating again. So I keep having the motivation to keep going. But yeah. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream on that note, and we'll